Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I have, well, one, found a better angle for my videos, and two, I already have like my face pretty much all done. Waiting on the lips because I don't really know where the eyes are gonna go. But this will be kind of an eye specific video. So if you're interested, keep watching. So to start, I am going to take my Painterly paint pot. I actually just discovered this in December when I was getting my makeup done, which it ended up being horrible makeup, but I did really like this as kind of an eyeshadow primer because it goes on pretty opaque. Like, I hate all of the veins on my eyes. And this just gets right rid of them. So I usually just take it with my finger. You can obviously use a brush, but I just do like 2 layers, just kind of like to get that solid base, and then the shadows I feel like go on so much better because it's just one color. So I'm obsessed with this palette that I'm going to be using today. This is the KKW Cocoa Mattes palette. When I first got it, I was kind of like, am I even gonna like these colors? Because they're not really in my wheelhouse. I've always been like a more purpley, grayish, kind of cool toned person, but I've been warming up for the warmer tones lately. So I've been loving this. It blends out so well. I'm obsessed. I just think it's an awesome palette. So I'm going to start by just covering my lid. And one thing I don't like about Kim's palettes are the names are on the back, and so it gets really confusing. So I'm going to be taking shade, a little bit of cream and a little bit of sandstone, these two. I'm just going to like mix my brush in them, and they are really dusty, so I would definitely tap off your brush. I'm just going to put this all over the lid. And I mean, they're not too pigmented because they're obviously like cream colors, but I usually just do a little bit of that. So definitely gotta get your windshield wiper motion, and please ignore my quarantine nails. This is day 3 of getting my powder nails off, so amazing. So next, sorry, I'm just gonna switch brushes because that one's like a little bit too fluffy for me. Next, I am gonna go in with this shade right here, and that one's called Honey, so perfect. And I'm gonna just kind of do the same thing. I usually like tap it on the lid and then do my windshield wipers and just kind of work that into the crease. So you can see it's getting like a nice color all over. Sorry, my stomach is making some weird noises. And that's what happens when you eat cookie dough for dinner multiple days in a row. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a darker shade. I think I'm gonna take this one, and that's shade Cocoa. You know, Kim, like, I worship you and I love your shadows, but the names are like not very creative. I feel like Kylie does better with the naming, but I actually like Kim's products a lot more. So I have a few palettes from Kim, and then I have her mascara, which I might use later on in the video. And I have her bronzer, and I just really like everything that she puts out. So it's not just because I worship her and think she's a work of art. I really think her products are good too, but call me crazy. So what I'm doing is just like working that color into the crease, and I'll kind of like, you know, pat, and then just kind of go here. And I get it, like I have a lot of eyelid room. You know, you could probably draw a little drawing on my eyelids, but just try to work it over here. And all right. So next I'm gonna go in with this kind of like reddy color. In person it's like a little bit like, I don't know, like some kind of red, but like a brown red. This one's called Sienna. And again, like I would not usually use like a red, but it's just looks really pretty on, I think. It's kind of like a wine color, like a red wine. But it doesn't show up crazy on the lid, so I really like it. So again, I'm just like kind of working that in there. And I mean, we're staying at home today because it's quarantine, so I'm not gonna go like too crazy, but I did want to put just like a little bit of this darkest one, and that is Wood. Just like a little bit in the corner and kind of smudge out the lash line. And you just want to make sure everything is super blended. Okay, so next I am going to take my KKW Beauty, Celestial Bodies eyeshadow palette, and this is the Night Sky one, so it has like the purpley ones. I'm obsessed with this like shimmery brown. It's so pretty, but I'm actually gonna take this one right here, and this is called Pink Aura Lee. Sorry. I'm so funny. Just kidding. I'm actually gonna just take my finger and kind of just like rub it in and take like a little bit. It's so pigmented. It's so pretty. And just kind of dab it right in the center of my lid. Yeah, the one thing is about the mattes palette is it's all matte, obviously. So I do love it, but if I was traveling, I'd probably take that and like another one. And like this one's really small, so it's kind of perfect. But then this one has like no matte, so it's just whatever you want. Okay, so awesome. Next I am going to take my Naked 3 palette, and I'm gonna take the shade Strange. Also perfect shade for me. And I'm actually just gonna take like a clean brush and dip it into that like white shade and just go right under the brow, just to highlight the brow a little bit. I used my Anastasia Brow Wiz on my brows today. Okay, so I'm gonna put on eyeliner, but I'm gonna stop this camera because it's not gonna look cute. I'm gonna go in with this Sephora waterproof eyeliner, and this is just like a classic brown shade. Yeah, 8 brown. I've been like starting to use browns more. If anyone has like a really good brown eyeliner that stays on a long time and doesn't get like smudgy, please put that down in the comments because I absolutely need one. So I'm just gonna put this on the top lid close to the lash line, and then in my bottom waterline, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and you can see I just put like really small line right near the lash line and just outlined the bottom. So now I'm gonna take a little brush, if I can find him. Where are you? Like something, this wasn't the brush I wanted, but it's the brush we have, so. So I'm just gonna take like a little brush like this size, and I'm gonna go back into my KKW palette, into this shade, I believe it's called Cocoa. Yes, and I'm gonna just like pat, 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 tap, 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 and kind of smoke out the lower. And I usually like drag it all into the corner and kind of try to create like a little triangle. And yeah, usually after this step, you might have to like take some makeup remover and kind of dust off some of the excess if you're like me and you did your face makeup first, but you know, what's a girl to do? So I always try to like make this a triangle. And I know a lot of people use tape for that, but I just am too lazy. So, and I also put my face makeup on already, so I didn't want to take it off. Okay, and then I'm gonna kind of dip back into this just to add some of that purpley red shadow. I'm gonna go into Bourbon and just tap, 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 and kind of add that to the lower lash line as well. And I apologize in advance for the faces that I make while I do this. Okay, so now you should be like pretty smoked out. And it is time for mascara. So like I said, I was just gonna use the KKW mascara just because we already are all kimmed out. So I'm gonna go put this on, and actually I'll just stay on camera. So I actually prefer like a more wet mascara, and this one to me it seems like dry. People really like it, but oh, I also forgot to curl my eyelashes, but it shouldn't be a problem. See, I don't know, like I just don't really like it. It's kind of clumpy. All right, I'm gonna use something else. I'm gonna try to use this It Cosmetics Lash Blowout mascara, and just see if we can kind of fix that. Okay, so you can take a look at yourself in the mirror now, kind of see if everything's like even in your eyes, or if you need to add anything, or kind of like dust off anything. I think we're doing okay today considering we're not going anywhere, so amazing. All right, I'm gonna put on some lip product and kind of scrape that little spot off, and I will be right back. Almost forgot that I want to highlight the inner corners. I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild highlighting powder. This is just a drugstore product, but I'm just gonna go in with like a little brush, and you know how it goes, and just kind of dust that inner corner. Okay, now I'm gonna go do my lips. Okay, so we're back. Shocker, I did a nude lip. And then last step, I'm going to go in with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. This stuff literally smells like coconuts. It smells so good, and it just feels like light and refreshing, and it has like a little bit of a dewy finish. So I really like that. So, oh my God, it smells like Florida or like Hawaii or something. I don't know. It's so good. Anyway, hope you maybe learned something from this eye look. I feel like it's pretty simple, neutral. Like you could definitely just like go out to eat with this, hang out with friends on Zoom video call because you couldn't go anywhere. And yeah, I just really like it, and I highly recommend the KKW palettes. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and ring that post notification bell. I will talk to you guys later.